So if you don't know, currently the whole entire AMP crew is in New York City, and they have been streaming in New York for I think what's been maybe a week or two now. And they were originally, in some kind of penthouse, and they got kicked out of that. And now they're kind of scattered all over the place. Some of them are streaming in apartments, while Kai himself is streaming in the back of a goddamn U-Haul, which to me is absolutely hilarious. But in one of their streams, specifically being Fanum, he was streaming from the Dominican Republic parade that was going on in New York City. And he was streaming while he was going through his parade, and he was actually driving through the parade in his Lamborghini Urus, which is a really nice car, I just want to state. It is an amazing car, and that crap ain't cheap whatsoever. But while they were streaming and while they were driving through the parade, they were actually pulled over by the NYPD. And the driver who was driving the Lamborghini at the time was arrested.
No way they on us.
Nah, they know. Yes, they are.
Fuck. Oh, fuck no.
Let me try to sit down.
Why you got his gun out?
No.
Nah, get the cam on this.
Nah, put the camera on
Get
that.
the cam on this, bro. Why you got... Out of the car.
Out of the car.
Why the gun out?
Let me see. Let me have my phone.
Why you got this gun out? Why you got the gun out? It's going to cut the cars 161.
So as you can see right there, that is the clip of while Fanum was streaming in the car. Like I said, is that, they got pulled over by the NYPD. And as you can see in that clip as well, is that when they were pulled over, a gun was pulled out onto Fanum himself. And Fanum, rightfully so, was kind of shocked by all this. I mean, yes, they were getting pulled over. We obviously at the time we didn't know initially what this was all for. But I mean, I would be shocked as well. Is that I got pulled over, everyone seems to be calm in the car, no racket seems to be going on, and all of a sudden a gun is pulled on you. You'd be shocked as well. And like you heard in the clip as well, is that Fanum's just like, hey, why has he got the gun out? Why has this guy seemingly got his weapon out? And I am here to tell you about the reasons why he got pulled over, and actually this is actually going further as well. Is that before I get into the reasons of why Fanum was pulled over, I have to state is that Fanum is actually suing the NYPD. You heard that right. Fanum in his latest stream came out, and he also posted it on his Instagram story as well, which he acknowledges in the stream that he will be suing the NYPD.
And then after NYPD carjacks me on stream, they pose up with my vehicle like it's a photo shoot. Them suits is on the way. I got a bag and time. Let's really do it. With that being said, my attorneys will be contacting you guys shortly. It was nice meeting you guys too. No bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Let's drop W's in the chat for that. You know what I'm saying? You wanna carjack me? Okay. You wanna tax me? I'm gonna tax you. No bullshit. Sorry, not sorry. We can't keep doing this. NYPD, stop glazing, please. Thank you. Thank you. Just saying. Stop glazing me. Stop glazing everybody. You're finna get phantom taxed. You're getting phantom taxed. All right, moving on.
That's right. This man is going to sue the NYPD. And to be honest, I'm not 100% familiar when it comes to, American laws and all that kind of stuff. But I would hope that he had some kind of case on him, because the whole entire situation altogether does seem a bit, BS. And he does, a matter of fact, he did get his Lamborghini back in other parts of his Instagram story. He did state that he ended up getting his Urus back after 4 hours after the NYPD supposedly glazed him, and then stating at the end as well is that he might buy a Bugatti after this. I mean, the man can afford it. And like he actually stated in the stream as well, is that the NYPD decided to have a fucking photo shoot with his Lamborghini. I mean, look at this shit. What? Why? I mean, it's so bad. This is a bad image for the NYPD for these photos to come. I mean, even to take photos in your uniform in front of the Lamborghini like this, pretending like you're throwing up gang signs. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm not familiar with gang, all the type of gang signs in American culture or in American gangs. So I have no idea if this itself is some kind of gang sign. But I mean, when someone's throwing up like this, it almost seems like he is I mean, what is this guy trying to do? It's like he's trying to fast track himself to being fired. And not only is Fanum like uproar about this and suing him, but also Kai himself, he even came out in his latest stream. I'm not going to play the clip of it because the clip does go for about 1.5 minutes, but I'll just show like, you know, the visuals of it. But Kai himself in his stream even came out and like went at the NYPD. Kai himself was calling the NYPD a gang and saying how BS it is. The fact that, you know, these guys seemingly just pulled Fanum over, took his car for a few hours, took some photo shoots with it, and then decided to, you know, just end up giving it back to him after 4 hours. It all seemed a bit of BS. But now I'm also here to tell you of supposedly the reasons why Fanum got pulled over, and this has actually come out by the NYPD, is that in an article right here is that the NYPD confirmed to Complex, which is an article that talked about this whole entire situation, that the vehicle was stopped for driving without any license plates as seen in the video below. And if you look at the video that they did put in their article, this is the video right here of the Lamborghini Urus. This is when it was going through the parade itself. And as you can see at the front of the Lamborghini Urus, there isn't actually any license plates. This video, doesn't actually see the back of the Lamborghini Urus. And if you don't know about certain American laws and when it comes to some American states as well, is that when it comes to certain American states, you actually don't have to have a license plate on the front of your vehicle. In some states, you can only have it on the back of it, and that is completely fine. In New York, where they were while this was going on, that is one of the states where you have to have it at the front and the rear as well. But the thing is that, like, they do currently live in Atlanta, Georgia. They are just in New York at the time. And in Georgia, you actually don't have to have it at the front of your car. So I'm not sure if there is any license plates on the rear. I feel like there is, because that would just, to me, that's really, you know, not good for Fanum if he doesn't have any license plates at all. But if he has it on the back, because he's from Georgia and then he's in New York, I'm not sure. There might be like some, it might be some litigation of if you're going from state to state, if that car's originally from one state and going to the other, that it might be completely fine itself. There's also apparently, like, I was wondering why they would go ahead and pull out a gun like onto Fanum and his team in the car, of like, you know, for seemingly what seems to be real no reason. And while I was looking in the comments of, like, you know, different posts about this person right here posted saying that it's actually taught in the NYPD Academy. You have it out on your side when approaching a vehicle with multiple occupants. I went through the NYPD Academy in 2001, graduating in 2002. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is true. Like, I don't really know where to look up, you know, for NYPDs. You know, I don't want to go through their whole entire, like, book of the Academy. I mean, that'd probably be hundreds of pages long. I'm not sure exactly where to find it, but maybe that's true. And to be honest, even if that's true, I mean, I'm an Aussie, and, you know, when it comes to police pulling people over here, I've never heard of that in my entire life. And to be honest, I see why a lot of people would then go ahead and not like the police in America, is because, like, man, imagine getting pulled over and you're just sitting in your car with your mates and you've done nothing wrong, and a cop comes over with a gun to his side like this and just goes, "What's up, guys?" I mean, you yourself would just be put back and you'd be like, man, what the hell have I done to seemingly, you know, have a gun pulled out on me? So I feel like, you know, that to me is going a little bit too far. But that is me as an Aussie saying this. I mean, we don't have, you know, there's no open carry here in Australia. You know, we have very strict gun laws, so not everyone's carrying guns. You know, and the cops themselves here in Australia, you rarely, and when I say rarely, I mean extremely rarely, does a cop ever pull out their weapon here in Australia. Like, they don't. They go for their taser. If they ever pull out a gun, like, it might happen like once or twice a year that a cop will ever have to pull out a weapon. Like, they barely pull out an actual firearm. A lot of the times they just use tasers on people that are being complete idiots. But like I said, to see both sides of this, so, like, you know, the fact that Fanum, I mean, rightfully so, I would be kind of pissed off with this as well. I mean, you get pulled over. So he did have a permit to be in the parade, and maybe because he was in the parade, he didn't necessarily need the license plates because it was going through, you know, a parade, and there might be different things for that. But to me, like, the definite part that's absolutely stupid is that, like, why go ahead and take photos with the car? and then seemingly give it back to him. Apparently they were, like Fanum said, they were just glazing him for the whole entire time that they had taken his car. And it's like literally it felt like all they really wanted to do was to take the car off Fanum, just to have a photo shoot, glaze the hell out of him, and then give him the car back, which is what they did in the end. I mean, I'm not really sure about what's happened with the driver. They probably just arrested him and then released him anyways. Like, to me, this whole entire situation is just completely stupid, and I would actually really like to see what the outcome of this is if Fanum does actually have a case for all of this. I feel like he might have some kind of case. Like I said, I'm not any kind of lawyer or not familiar that much with like all of American laws. You know, there is a lot of the times whenever I make videos about someone doing something like this, it is like America. So I do know a little bit for a foreigner, that's for sure. But in terms of like if he has a real case, I'm very curious to see what he actually does. Hopefully he gets something out of this, because like I said, I just feel like it was completely unnecessary for them to pull a gun out on him like they did. Even if it's part of the academy, even I find that stupid itself. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys have to think about all of this down below. That's going to be it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.